Wah, 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 wah. Are we streaming? The stream is going after I open up. All right, let me check the stream. Okay, it's up. We are back again. It was a bad idea to stream. Oh my god. Anyway, it was a bad idea to oh, references? I guess that's not a thing. All right. There's like nobody on this one though. I'm turning this down too. All right. So, yeah, streaming late last night was not a good idea because obviously it was like hard. Overpainting. What else am I doing? All right. I think that's all I will post it in. Oh wait, there's one more. Just to be thorough. All right. So yeah, um where to chat? Right here. Okay. So I'm really just gonna be explaining some finishing stuff that I need to do for Blender because I did end up working some off stream, which wasn't my original plan, but then I was like, do I really have to like care about that? No. What does this mean? Oh. Oh. Whatever. Why are there two Blender tabs open? Oh, that's weird. Anyway, that just feels weird. Oh, it's like a group tab. Okay. Anyway, so it lags a lot. I'm gonna have to remove some stuff. And I'm not entirely sure where I left off, but overall, I'm not going to be changing anything. I will just be showing my oh, I remember. I left off while I was adding in Ivy. I did finish it, but putting it all on right now with the stream would be a little bit too much. But I just want to explain some certain things, maybe a little couple of tips. Once again, it's not like I'm a professional or nothing though, so take everything however you will. But yeah, so I do not have the strongest device ever. Um, gotta be honest. This laptop that I use, honestly, kind of weak. Oh crap! I have done it again. quiet, not gonna lie. All right, so Ivy, finish that off. But small tips, when you do Ivy, you will notice, or well, okay, the Ivy gen that I was talking about before functions pretty much the same as any regular object that would displace, or not displace, distribute points on faces. Like when you use geometry nodes. If you don't use geometry nodes, I guess ignore this, but it works the same way. So if your Ivy does not cover everything on an object, I do not recommend that you should just duplicate and add another one, because that adds more vertices, and if you keep doing that, then you're going to end up with a lot more memory being taken up than you want. So my best recommendation for that would be to go into edit mode of the cube or whatever object you're using to make the Ivy, and spread some faces out, loop cut it so then you can add more. And yeah, I'm gonna try and put it on. I don't want it to crash or nothing. Yeah, okay, there you can see it. It's a lot, might be a little bit much considering how things are given, but it's okay. So I may need to render this again, which I don't know what that's gonna mean for the stream, but here, let me show the render. This is what it looked like finally. I like it, and of course there's room for overpainting. The only problems I have are up here. I don't really want to, it's not like I'm trying to mimic anything, but the way that the lighting sort of, you can see that caves, like you see that line right there from the shadows, and you can still see the lighting coming down from right here. I think the mistake I made is I wanted everything to feel closed off with the shade, but in doing that, I ended up blocking off the light source from the areas it should have been in. So yes, I will fix that. And overall, the only finishing touches that I made other than putting Ivy on buildings was adding in trees. For trees, I used Botanic. It is a add-on you can get for Blender. It is not free unless you make it free, but it is not free. So you do with that what you will. There are resources other resources that you can have. Look for models on Sketchfab, of course. Those are all free, or not all of them, but most of them are free. And yeah. And so when I want to place these trees, be careful which ones you're picking, because obviously the way that botanic trees are made, some of them you can modify them to give them properties that will maybe, I think, add gravity to it, gravity, wind, animation, all of that. But of course that will take up ton of memory, ton of space, and it's all unnecessary. So what you want to do is you just want to look for things that look for some deciduous trees. I think, yes, deciduous trees mainly, so that you can kind of see, like on this one, it just looks from this angle, it kind of just looks like the leaves are just going out. It doesn't look unnatural because it's not like the leaves are going in the direction of the building or something. So yeah, I just pretty much angle everything to make it look like it's coming out of the building, put it in holes, cracks, anywhere you think, fill in some spaces like the intersection between these two buildings. No real rhyme or reason or any special things to figuring out how this works. Just place it in an area that you think will end up filling up what you have. All right, so now I'm going to remove the buildings, and I'm going to get on to explaining the ground. What I ended up with is I'm going to try and enable all of my particles without messing up. Before I was planning, okay, it's a little bit much. When I say a little bit, I mean a lot. You cannot see it from this distance, but yeah. I have clover and dandelions, and I have them on two separate faces. I have one for weeds and one for grass. The reason why I did that is because the grass is meant to be under the water, and the dandelions are meant to be, and clovers are meant to be on top of it. That was just a random idea I had, and as well, I think there was something on here. Yeah, just this little stuff in the back here kind of made me feel like, oh, what if I added that in? And it turned out pretty cool. So yeah, I left it in there. The dandelions are a bit big. I will probably make them smaller before I re-render this. which I do not think I will do on stream. Oh God, you can hear everything messing up in the audio because of lag. Or maybe it's just my headphones going crazy. Not sure if it's fine for the stream, but yeah. So yeah, that's literally all I did extra. I put let me explain some parts of the particle system actually before I do anything else. For the particle system, there was a trick that I did on the last stream where um, where did I put it? Where I cut wherever the camera does not see to make sure that I can maximize the amount of grass that gets bunched into a single range of area, and rather than yeah, make sure the grass gets bunched into a single range, stuff like that. Um, Included in that, now that I have everything bunched into a single range, this is the only spot that I enable hair on. It's not enabled right now, but as you can see, this one is not enabled in the render, and this one is. So I make sure to put on advanced and regrow so I can have access to rotation, because a lot of times when you're using an object render, the rotation will be sideways or upside down. And normally it is controlled by the X rotation axis. So just change that to 90 or change it to 180, and that should usually correct your or like, okay, how do I explain it? So what you want to do is you want to enable object rotation if it's sideways or upside down, and then go to your object that you are putting on the hair for the grass, and then you want to change the rotation of that specific object and that object only to 90 or 180. If that does not work, you can come down here to the rotation settings and pick some of these. I tend to cycle between global XYZ and object XYZ, change the phase, randomize it, and both of them until you get one that is right side up or perfectly fine the way you want it to. And in other stuff, you should not, I don't think personally you should go above maybe 30K for the number of hairs that you will have coming out of your emission. Um, the reason why I say that is because um, you can, when you come down now to children, you can add simple children, which will bunch all of the grass up together in little groups, or you can add interpolated children, which is basically like just adding a certain amount of children for each piece that you already have. So yes, they kind of do function the same, but there's more modification that you can do to the children to, I guess, modify the groups that get added, and it honestly does, it allows you a smaller range of numbers to change that will give you a bigger difference. So you can experiment with that and I guess end up using a little less memory than what you would be using if you just straight up started beefing up the amount of hairs that you have on there. And as well, you can set some for only render so you can keep your display not laggy or crazy while you're doing it. Alright, what else? So I think that's it that I have for the Blender part so far. I will upload a video on how to make buildings. I will upload a video on water and grass. Yeah, I'll upload a video for grass, plants, all that stuff. I think that would be pretty helpful. It's very hard for me to explain it on stream. Without like doing it. I think it's much easier if I do it, but it was very laggy this time and it would have probably resulted in a stream crash multiple times. So, up next, we finally have overpainting coming in. So I'm gonna open up Photoshop. I primarily use Photoshop. That does not mean you have to. Sometimes I take my iPad and I use Procreate as well. I have a pretty old iPad. It really doesn't matter which one you have. The old one with the old pen too. So use that old, and then you can get Procreate on it. Get Procreate on your phone if you want to. Some people go crazy with their phone. I don't. just any app that lets you draw, any app where you can import a brush pack into, and you're chill. So I'm going to use Photoshop for this one. I'm going to drag in my render, and we can get started. Now, I did say I was going to re-render this. Damn. So yeah, I think I'm going to just let it render. I'm not sure how rendering affects streams. If it crashes while I'm rendering, Sorry, but I can't really do anything about that. So I'm going to re-render it. Um, it's going to take a bit as well because I had to end up switching to CPU render because if your GPU ever runs out of memory, go ahead and just hit your CPU render to make it better. And I guess I can't for lighting while I re-render it. So yeah, I will do that right now. So let me remove the grass. Or actually, no, keep the grass, add it in the water. All right, and I can use GPU while I'm on this, so just make this easier for myself. All right, there we go. That makes it a little bit better. There's some things that I wanted to look at on here. Yeah, it's just shade. I was getting a little confused with how the grass was black here, but it's literally just the shade. And what I want is a proper contrast. Oh, what just happened? Oh, it's because I zoomed out a little bit, I think. It's crazy. So here, I'm just gonna move it back a bit. I'm gonna move it across more, actually, no, will I? Let's check. I may even just add a little crack in there. Like loop cut in the middle and add a crack for the light to come through. Oh, but overall the lighting is just wrong. See, I didn't notice that. The angle for this light is just wrong. So let's see. Where is it? Ah, okay. I see. There we go. That's a bit more like what I was aiming for. But even then, just a little bit more to the side. About like right here. Yeah, that's good. At least this will illuminate things just a little bit more. And in addition to that, what you see in the back of here feels like basically, how do I explain it? I'm just gonna remove these for now. These three buildings, they gotta go. So this one, and this one. Alright, and I'm going to enable Ivy real quick so I can disable the ones that go for these buildings. It's gonna lag a lot, but it's okay. I honestly wish I could keep playing music on stream, but it will bug out like crazy because I'm going to switch the CPU, which will make it lag, beep, buzz. I can't keep playing this glorious music forever, so gotta turn it off. Um, I should have known those were the last three. They're in the back. All right. So of course this does not mean I'm deleting them. It just means I'm gonna overpaint because overpainting is the key. It's the key to everything. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and render this image. Um, turn off Ivy, and I'm gonna turn off buildings too, just to see if it makes it easier. We'll see. Probably not. All right, music gotta come off. You heard it. You heard it. Stop. Okay. I'm gonna keep the stream chat up. I render. But for some reason, people normally join my stream later, but it's fine. All right. It looks like it's going. I hope it doesn't run out of memory because it's very rare that happens with CPU. If that happens, you're just you have to find a different option. Bro, what? Did it just finish? Stop the cat. What? Not to mention, what's going on with the grass? All right, you know what? Whatever. That's why I don't draw grass. Or this is why I don't deal with grass. I'm gonna draw it though. Anyway, let's get this going. Where did I put my drawing tablet? Somewhere here. Yeah, I found the tablet. Where I put the pencil at? Why do I always put it there? It's the worst place for me to put it. Alright, let's go again. Alright, so overpainting time. And editing, I guess. So yeah. Um what I do normally is I use the Evident Concept Art. Wait. Wait a minute. Oh, this isn't the right image. There we go. Here's the right image. And let me also open up the damn chat. Eliminate HQ. That's crazy. Anyway. Okay. So what I do, what I enjoy doing, is I normally, where is it? I start with environment stuff first, but this time I'm gonna do a little different. I'm gonna start with buildings this time. I'm gonna be doing a style of buildings that is pretty much the same as the ones in this one. No, this one. Just in the back. Small cubes, small squares, stuff like that. So doing stuff like this is literally, it takes no skill and no effort to draw in some small shadowed buildings in the distance. Let me see. Perfect. Um so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get started on that. Really all I'm gonna, okay, it's too big. Bring it down to like 12, um 13 maybe. So yeah, bring it down to about 13. No, I think it was, gotta match the angle of everything. So yeah, it's about this much. I'm gonna be off crack or something. About that much, yeah. And don't worry about making it neat either. I like to make this process quick, so what I do is I go in after and I cut in straight edges with the selection tool, just to make things a little easier. As you can see, I messed up this angle too, so I'm just gonna quickly. Oh, what the? What is going on here? I'm so confused. Is it erasing the bottom layer too? Oh, I'm not even on the eraser. I was like, what is going on? Okay. So real quick, I just need to get used to this. So it's this. But at the same time, I need to watch carefully because Gabe hurt. No, I'm joking. Watch carefully. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it's not as high up though, so I don't need to cut it down that much. Um, I'm probably gonna I forgot. Wait about this stream. Yeah, I had to start it again because I'm like I'm gonna do it earlier this time. All right, I wish I could like link the stream on like. Okay, I can. It's just right there, bruh. Yeah, pretty much. I went through a bunch of other stuff earlier. All the finishing touches I put on it, extra stuff. So all the easy stuff. I'm gonna post this on something else. Why are there so many videos of dogs just eating trees on here? Okay. Yeah, I decided. Normally how do I put it? Normally I like to do things separately, but yeah. All right. So the angle of some of these buildings is, oh, okay. I forgot I was clicked on that. Is a bit messed up, but I can fix that later. I'm lazy right now. This one needs to be further down. This one's fine for now. But yeah, because I want it to look like it's poking out. This one needs to be fixed though. Up more. Not that far. Actually, if I'm going to do something like this, it would have to end like right here. Yeah. Then I have to put a little thing right there, put a thing right there as well. Um, Thank you. Thank you very much. Um, so I think the rest of the end goal here would be to fill in space in a different way, because right now, then I'm going to, oh, man, why am I getting notifications from Netflix? That's wild. Anyway, so cut this down a little bit right here. So when I add that one in, it's gonna be like that, and then medium sized one right here. I actually kind of want them to touch, but then I can put one in the middle. Um, and I can fill it in a tiny bit more again. Like that. But that, no, 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 I shouldn't fill it in. Just leave it like that. Yeah, and then add more in the distance. Okay. So, since I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna, I could use my brush. I think I will. But before I do that, first I have to fill in the bottom spots, which is kind of difficult because then I have to cut over here and then just come down here. I'll cut it off in a bit, but cut over here and then over here. Let's put this bottom spot down. I don't really need it like this, so Do that, and then go on the outside. No! There you go. Am I gonna do them in different? I will. I have to. That makes this more complicated. Wait, no. If I... Okay, I have an idea. But before I do that idea, I'll do this 2 times. Because I love backups. Whoops. So, outside, Command Shift I, and you fill those in. I actually meant to do that black, but nobody cares. I can just go in here and do this. Alright, so I'm gonna do this. So I'm gonna just line these up a little bit, kind of like you giving somebody a fade. Oh, I messed up. I'm gonna line it up a little bit, like that. Cut the top off too. I'm gonna have to do the slant as well. Redo it. Normally I would draw them, but this time I can do without drawing them. So yeah, I'm just gonna use fog, and I was going to, because I was like, oh, I made a mistake, but then I realized I can just use the fog to my advantage and make it look like there's multiple going into the distance. So yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Is this part? Ugh, there's a crack right here, so I'm gonna end up filling that in. I thought I wasn't going to, but I will. Um, full lineup. Escape. That one is too sharp. That's too shallow. Maybe in the middle. Still too shallow. This should be fine. That looks fine for now. I'll fix it later. This one needs to go in. And then for this one, I can just start up here and cut down where it needs to go. I hate putting it behind trees and stuff, because how the hell am I supposed to select trees? But it's fine. I'll get it. And I also got to remove the bottom too. I gotta stop it at the horizon line right there. Bring it down a bit more. And so alright, so if I go on here and then I try and select these trees, clearly that does not work. I mean that, oh, that does work. I'll use it. I'll do this. That sort of works. It looks really, really bad though, but it's fine. I'm gonna use overlay anyway. Hey, overlay. So overlay it. It's gonna get covered a ton. But yeah, do that one. And then I'm gonna take this off. There is something else I need to do. I'm gonna use my magical. Bruh, this one. What am I gonna do with this? Um, well, actually, the past yes, the past three things I was doing are actually planning for a project I have to do. I am building a diorama of some of my art, and I needed to figure out which direction I wanted to go in. So I tried a bunch of different ideas. Um, Most likely going to end up doing either this one or not this one. Either this one or this one. Probably this one. This seems like the easiest one. This is my first time building something like this. So yeah, gotta plan out a bunch of materials and stuff as well. I just decided to turn this one into a tutorial. I actually had another one, but that was a failure of an art piece, so I deleted it. Alright, I think it's better to keep this one on this side. I'm gonna cut it in half. Right there. Actually, no, I'm not. I know exactly what I'm gonna do with this. Bring this back. Hold on, I can pull up a thing of it. Okay. No, not building. Build. Is these. There's one in specific I'm looking for, but I just don't remember the name of the channel. I might have to go through my subscribe channels again to find it. Um, like I just can't remember the name of it no matter what I do. Um, it's an artist that made a specific build that I was like, oh, I need this, but then I was like, I don't know how to do this. I wish these were like in alphabetical order or something. Oh, found it. Natrix. Natrix. Whatever. Okay, let me find war. Where did it go? Where is that video? Artcraft. Why did I think that said Artcore? I was about to be like, oh my god, Artcore. Wow. What? Was it? Come on. I'm gonna look it up online. Oh, is it this one? No. Ugh. I think the video's gone. This is a good one too. I spelled that wrong. Gordy. It was one of these. Ugh, I wish I could find it. It was so good. I don't know where the video went. Alright, whatever. Back to chat. Okay. No, that's not what I meant to do. You go away. Alright, so since I use vivid light on this like an idiot, set this back to normal. Um, So what I need to do is I need to create fog layers, which is not something I do normally. You know what? I'm doing a lot of stuff I don't normally do. This, oh my God, the white noise at the end of the song. Okay, anyway. So, okay, it's black. Fog is not black. Don't ban me, YouTube. Anyway. um, so start from right here. Actually, I have an idea. I'm going to make a square. Just square. Okay. And now I will give this square a fade as well. Oh no, it's not long enough. My square. Nobody cares. Up like this. It's fine. Great. Now my square is very square-y. And now I'm going to duplicate in certain areas. Oops, I thought I'd locked this. And now, actually, I should have done this before. Okay, it's still too strong. It's 67% or 62. Yeah, like 33. triangle here. I'm just gonna separate them. Because I realized that what I had before wasn't working. So yeah. I mean, I'm gonna put this into a thing. I have the folders buildings. um, alright. You know what? I have an idea. Normally I don't have ideas. I don't got brains like that. But low key, let's see. This is not the idea, by the way. Oh my god. Why are you acting like this? I'm gonna try and use stuff to block it so I can deal with that, but it's fine. Alright, so I'm gonna try a little thing. I noticed that on this, where? It looks like there's building textures put in here. Like a mix. Like these are definitely real trees that I'm seeing right here, which is sick. And there's drawn ones, stuff like that. So I'm gonna take, where is it? This one. No, not this one. Where? There we go. Alright, I'm gonna take this one. I'm gonna put it up here. I'm gonna cut down to right here on it. Then I'm gonna do the funny thing, the little anime method. So it's sharpen, unsharp mask. Oh, I got a lot. Yeah. I got a lot. I don't organize them. Is it Gaussian blur? No, why would it be Gaussian blur? It's something else. Threshold. Yes, threshold. Ah! Alright. And of course, that is not all. I still have to posterize it. Posterior. Posterize. Anyway. I'm gonna make it like 3. Get some of that extra detail in there. Alright, I'm going to extend it out a little bit too. And so now, I'm going to try and lower the opacity. So on this building right here, here's the edge that I want. I'm going to move this up. And as you can see, it does not cover the whole thing. That's okay. I'm just going to duplicate it at the bottom as well. I think I'll merge the layers too. And then I'm going to warp it until it fits. Of course, I'm gonna make a backup. So edit and warp. Whoops. Is there a way to like... No, there's not. I'll deal with that later then. First things first. It's gonna have to be like super thin, obviously. Low-key, I should not have... Like, why did I do this? Exactly. I shouldn't have done that. I should have left it like this. That way it can retain its crunchiness. I need the image to remain crunchy. And then transform, skew. How did that change nothing? Did I do it wrong? Oh, I think I did it to the wrong one. Skew. Go down. There we go. Exactly. What? Anyway. So now I gotta drop this right here. Cut that off. Not this one. Cut it off this one. Cut everything else off as well. Alright. Now that I have this, okay, I can see it coming in. Now what I need to do next is I need to... Shit. Okay, perfect. I saved this one. So I copied that. I'm gonna paste that in here as well. Woo! So I'm gonna try and connect it. Oh yeah, yes sir. Look at that. It's coming together. It's coming together. The vision. Do you see the vision? It's coming together. Alright, now it's a little bit squished. That's fine. They intersect in around, just around the same spots too. Okay. Yeah, they interact in similar spots. So take this whole thing, put it in here. Oh, right. I gotta increase the opacity again. Okay. Oh, it bleeds into the other building, doesn't it? I think it does. It does. I wasn't even paying attention to that. Okay. I'm gonna turn these off real quick. Oh yeah, it extends way too far out, more than it should. Like right here. Oh, wait. That's what I want to keep. Forgot. Okay, slight problem. It's just a tad bit skewed a little too much. So I'm gonna try and bring it back. I'm gonna revive this one. This one is skewed a bit too much. So edit, skew. So if I were to properly Wait, is it too much or too little? It was too little, I think. That's about the right amount. No, never mind. So it should be straight all the way up here and then... So yeah, I can't do that. You're supposed to be adding a little bit of perspective to it, but it's far off here anyway. So let's see. If I were to try and make this perfect, how would I go about doing that? Nobody cares, nobody knows. The black buildings will be fixed in due time, but not right now, because that's effort, work, time, blah, blah, blah. Using this as reference, they stay black. They're all black. Like, come on, dog. They're all black. I love black. What I'm gonna do right here, though. Oh, wait. I have trees. I was about to say, I'm gonna put a little forest in there. No, idiot, you have trees. I guess that would make sense in this context if I were to do that. And then, like, when I bring it down here, then I can straighten it out a bit. The only problem now is that I have to add it into the water reflection, which is pissing me off. um, I did cook myself. um, all right. So, where does this go? All right, here are my trees. Yes. Yes. Wait. No, they don't have leaves on them. No. 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 Where are my leaves? No. Oh, wait, that's pretty good. I can fill it in with this as well. Oh, here we go. Here are my leaves. Whoops. No, that is wild. Yeah, no, that's not free. 416 is not free. Nor do I want it. I don't know. The song just has like crazy noise at the end. I always forget. Catches me off guard. Got a palm forest. This has leaves on it, but it's palm tree leaves. Of course it is. That also does have leaves, but it's pine trees. That is just a pine tree. You know what? I don't need leaves for $16. Seems like a good deal. You know what else is? Wait, do they cost 416? No, they cost like 200. These are not leaves. That's weed. Um, this one. I do not know Arabic. Yeah, let me pop this in the translate real quick. I wish there was a translate option. Some interest. That's probably wrong. This is definitely wrong. Google Translate ain't good enough for Arabic. Um, I just need something that can substitute for the loss of trees, and from there I will just take it wherever it goes. Foliage? No, not foliage. I'm gonna use it though. I'm gonna use foliage though. I think just the regular leaves. Leaves 3. If there's a leaves 2 and a leaves 3, where's leaves 1? That's the question. Um, I'll leave it. A world map. Oh wait, you're right. Okay, this is pissing me off. Why is it like this? I just don't know how to fix this. I'm actually gonna look it up. Let me try it. I'm gonna see if I can. I think it's this one. Not this one. This one? No. Getting close. Getting warmer. This one. Oh wow. Thank you. I don't even know if bro can understand me, but thank you. Uh, bro is spitting facts. Take a few minutes. I don't got a few minutes. Oh, dang it. I do have to restart. I'm not doing it though. Why do I keep seeing that video? Okay. Alright. I have an idea. I always have ideas. Just kidding. I'm not doing that. Waste of my time. Alright, so what I'm gonna do next, just to fill in some space before I have to do some other stuff or end the stream later. So I'm gonna start with fog. Fog is normally the last thing I do. Only doing it right now because obviously drivers and missing some stuff. So I'll get to that other stuff later. I'm just not feeling. I feel kind of lazy. I don't feel like doing that right now. This is for forest fog, which I then blur. Oops. I don't know if I mentioned it on stream yet, but I use the Evident Concept Art Brush Pack. Um, yeah, it's a good brush pack. When it comes to fog, I don't tend to go too crazy on it. I use blend modes to use fog to highlight some areas, highlight these sides, make sure I got it in some spots. Forest fog, and then I'm going to do regular fog next. I almost never use regular fog because volumetrics is something that I would normally end up doing in Blender, like not um, in Photoshop, just to make it that much easier for me because it can be very tedious to do in Photoshop. But since I have messed things up, I've had to do a ton of extra editing on this, I'm gonna do it this time. Oh yeah, and which one was that? Overlay. Yes, using overlay on fog will enable you to turn it into like a kind of a highlight system. Um, you know what? Screw that. I'm gonna add another one in. Yeah. Here we go. This is the one I'm looking for. Since it's landscape and it's not angled, I can use this one. My favorite one. This one. I pretty much just stacked this one in different spots. Alright. Goes down here. No, I don't. I never ended up setting them up. I kind of just ended up picking my tablet back up when I got back into concept art just randomly. So there's really nothing set up on it. The only thing I used to use it for before was animations. Which I guess I'm getting back into a little bit, but just a little bit, not that much at all. Alright, so the forest fog from before needs to be taken care of a bit. Um, Tone that down a bunch. So I have the fog up here. It'll look better when. Ugh. I play Osu with it. I am not very good at Osu. Not very good is an understatement. I'm actually pretty bad at it. Chat, is this Porter Robinson? Of course it is. Um. Alright, well, let's keep going. Um, there's some more stuff to add in. Still gotta do grass. And one thing I thought of, I've never done something like this with my brushes before, but I'm gonna take some inspiration from the media post I was looking at before. So obviously, this is a real photo. And I find it sick how bro incorporated that in there. You can kind of see where it like blends in too. No real photos over here. But I think if I can properly, I still have to do this too as well. But I'll do that in a second. I think if I can properly and somehow put like some photography in here on some spots, it could really bring things out and make it look cool. And of course, it still looks kind of dead. Of course, color grading. Their name's asteroid, asteroid. I don't know, asteroid. Asteroid underscore, but yeah, asteroid underscore 3 L's. Um, yes, I actually did that years ago. I never felt like changing it. Where's the water? I think it's at the bottom. There we go. I'll do the water now. Just for fun. Literally just continuously do this and then put on a blend mode that will make it look better. Don't do what I just did. Don't drag it. Just tap it in some spots. And honestly, I'm going to do something with the reflection in a bit. But yeah, other than that, before that, I'm gonna get grass going, and then I do want to try out that real photo type thing. Let's see. Waterfall rocks. Is that the photo? No, it's not. I'm gonna be like, what? Um, I mean, this stuff is way too green. Can I get any more green? No. They went way too green here. When I said HD, I didn't mean turn the saturation up to 9,000. But we chill. This looks good. These look good. I've seen a ton of people do this actually. When I used to watch Blender concept, blah, blah, concept tutorials, I would see a ton of people doing it, but I was like, why would I do that? That sounds hard, because then I have to look for images. And who wants to look for images? Not me. Could not be me. I'm not looking for no images. So yeah, did not do it. I cut it off in some important spots. I just want this little bit right here. Exactly. So as I thought, there's not really any blend modes that will properly blend it in unless you want to somehow. Oh, hold on. It like fills them in and brings it back. That's funny. Anyway, as I was saying, I think this works honestly. Pull it down a bit and then the intention is to let this flow a bit better once I start color grading and stuff in Lightroom. Lightroom literally fixes all your problems. Pro tip, ever making anything in Blender and it sucks, editing it, Lightroom, overpainting it, that will turn anything that you might think is not good enough into some crazy art, honestly. Like, no joke. It's not like it just makes it look better. You can survive off of making your art, of slapping your stuff in Lightroom alone, honestly. That's how good that's how much stuff it does for you, honestly. All right, let's deal with all this color stuff. Love a lot of stuff. Um, all right, do that. Of course. We got you. We totally understand. I can honestly take the other side of that and put it like over here, but I'll focus on that in a second, not right now. And as for more water stuff, yeah, I think there's more I can do. I'm gonna keep adding on to the taking stuff from photos idea from before. I'm not gonna do lights just yet. Imagine. forgot about mist patches. I know I was forgetting something. I should promote myself more. No, this is crazy. I'm not done overpainting, but I'm just gonna... Oh, wait, there's actually a ton of things I missed. My fault. I still need to add in a little bit of noise, all of that good stuff. Not that kind of noise, actually. I'm gonna go with... Oh, also, I did want to add in... Where is it? This one. Next thing. I want to give some of these some oil painting styles, especially back here. Because this is a big no-no. All of this, bro. All of this. All I need to do is just brush on it a bit, and then I'm going to put a blend mode on it. I just need this to look a bit more tacky, I guess, because right now we got the whole... Actually, I might just rasterize the layers or like merge them, because this pixelated look is what messes it up a bit. So I know what else I forgot. Oh my god. I guess I got too caught up with the textures because I don't know how I completely forgot this. It won't be that much. Yeah, just a little bit. I used the Rock 3 brush, not this one. This one, Rock 3. So put texture on things. Like, I mean, it's literally just a regular brush that's like meant that like looks like a rock, but it's like perfect for putting texture on things. Because it's not like a full rock. It's only like the non-shaded parts of a rock. So like the parts with the shadow on it that you see are completely empty. It's only just the shaded parts or the visible parts of the rock. So it's perfect for just adding texture if you drag it on there and stuff like that. Um, Very minor in this project at least. In most of my other stuff, I abuse it heavily if it's a close up. Like a little bit of it, just a little bit of it does wonders, honestly. And let's go with debris, not black, white. I use this to supplement for what most people usually do is they have noise in their photos. This is, I guess, a supplement for that. Mostly in areas that have light, almost like you're seeing the dust particles, but I just be putting it anywhere because I don't care. Um, yeah, just spread it around a little bit, stuff like that. I'll leave it like that, and then I'm also going to add a beam of light because the God rays that I did in Blender did not work properly. usually have in Lightroom. A lot of these were built off of experimentation with recommended ones. I don't really use the recommended ones anymore. It took me a bit to just learn how things work, so I didn't need to use these anymore. But it's perfectly fine if you want to. They are super helpful sometimes to get started with stuff. Would not recommend just taking a recommended one, throwing it on, and making it the final, because there's a lot of tweaks that are needed in them. A lot of recommended ones kind of go way too hard with texture, stuff like that. I mean, it's good to remember you can do literally anything in Lightroom. The things that may that may have not been like as visible before, you can bring those up. Like you can do anything. Like literally. So yeah, these are just some presets I have. I think I'm gonna just share them eventually. If I could like export a bunch of them, I'll just share them for everybody to just have, check out. Um, that was for underwater, wasn't it? Yeah. And honestly, the buildings in the background are not what I'm going for right now. This is honestly still just a tutorial, so I'm really not going that in depth. But if you want to like take this idea a little bit further, I guess that works. But yeah, this is mostly just to show the bare process. And so after okay, and so after I export, um, what I do, I put it in a new channel for Photoshop because that's what I use. I'm not sure about other things. I won't try and say anything, but if you know other platforms, by all means go ahead and use your methods for those. But those are not my methods because I do not need to know. You can translate them over. But what I do is I add noise and I duplicate it and I go to blending options and then I remove that, and you can either do that to move it, add a little bit of a chromatic or whatever you call it, aberration or something, or you can go into the size, make sure to uncheck the link, and then widen it by about 2 pixels. But yeah, this is not the final piece, obviously, but this is a good stopping point, I think. I think pretty much if you're watching it, or if you do watch the recording, you'll get the gist of it. I tried a bunch of new stuff in this just to see how it went. But yeah, pretty much the main process for me lies in making my Blender model the sketch. Some people, or most people, I believe, will sketch everything before they make the piece. The reason why I do not do that is because I'm not the best when it comes to like my sketching just isn't that good. So it's like um the reason, yeah, so I don't sketch for that reason. I mean, it's not terrible, but at the same time, I feel like I could just do better and save time by starting out envisioning my piece in Blender. Give myself a hands-on view rather than drawing 4 or 5 different angles or concepts roughly in Photoshop or something. So like, yeah. I think that is just that much better for me as an artist to go with that. But whatever you like to do, if you think sketching is a way for you to envision things, and then you can jump and dive straight into drawing, that's pretty much the same creative process as me. You're just spending more time on another area and spending less time on an area that I might be spending more time on. Whatever you'd like to do, that is perfectly fine because there's no rhyme or reason to concept art. Concept art is just a concept. Whatever you want to do for that concept is up to you. You're building something completely new out of things that may have already existed or something that you just came up with randomly. The whole point of concept art is to experiment, try new things so that whatever you're making that concept for can be fully fleshed out later on. In my case, I'm using these concepts that I've been making to make a idea for a diorama that I'm going to build. Um, this is the fourth one I've made. The other three are, and then I'm going to choose between the other three. I've been using these. I've been taking inspiration from artists, mainly this artist, of course. Like this art is just insane. There's a lot for me to learn from it. I'm very amateurish when it comes to me making art in the first place. I think there's a lot for me to learn. I can do a lot better. And this whole style in general is just something that I think I could grow off of. Um, I'm really not. So yeah, all of this, try new things, look for new ideas. If you're better at drawing, then spend more time in Photoshop maybe. If you're better at Blender, then see and you have a laptop that can handle more things, then see what you can do in Blender. But at the end of the day, you don't want to go too crazy in Blender because if you do, then like if you go too crazy in Blender, then you'll find that, oh no, I rendered this and there's things in here that I would like to turn off, change, hide, do whatever, and you got to re-render it. So it's best to leave certain foreground aspects or things that belong in front straight just to the overpainting phase of your process. You don't need to go too crazy with anything extra. Um, but at the end of the day, concept art is entirely based on the person who's making it. So whatever you want to do with it is totally fine. Um, I did a lot of things that I really don't ever do with this. I mean, I took inspiration from this piece because I was looking like, wow, there are some things in here that are real photos. You can see where they're cut and stuff. I don't usually mess with grass. I tried this time and I failed because I mean, there's always going to be mistakes that you make. I'm gonna try again, re-render it later. In the back here, I did not cut up the buildings that much. It's something that I'm going to do, but I just didn't do it right now because I didn't want to get into it that much for this stream. It's really simple. Just erase certain parts until you get what you're looking for. Um, the texture on these buildings is amazing. I think that's something I should be pushing towards, but I did not manage to grasp that fully this time. So yeah, you really want to take inspiration from things and use that inspiration to be your driving force through each phase of how you make the piece. And you should not get caught up in how you will be perceived as like what you're doing. Like, sure, maybe somebody might say you're just 3D modeling it. You're not drawing it. Drawing and painting it is harder. At the end of the day, you can tell somebody to draw. You can tell somebody that's drawing their concept art to go ahead and open up a laptop and start hopping on Blender, and they'll be like, "What the hell am I looking at? I don't know what I'm doing." Everybody's got their own process. Everybody has their own way of doing things, and there's no specific way that you need to. So at the end of the day, art is just something that you do because you love it, or maybe because you need money. I don't know. uh, I know I do, but still, um, art is just something that you do for whatever reason you do, and when it comes down to it, regardless of what you do art for, it will absolutely never ever matter what anybody else thinks of your process. Like your process is your own process. So unless you're using AI or something or stealing art, go ahead and do whatever you want because nobody cares. Yeah. So I'm gonna do this again if I get another concept art idea because this was honestly a lot of experimentation, which is not what I wanted. I kind of wanted to show my like full clear cut process of just a straight concept art piece that just uses my regular style, but this is not my completely normal style. There's a lot of things different about it. So yeah, I will probably do this again if I get another idea, but for now I'm gonna stick to graphic design stuff because I'm pretty much all out for concept art after doing like 3 pieces for like 3 days in a row. So yeah, sheesh, been 2 hours, but yeah. Hope this is like helpful if anybody's like watching the recording or whatever afterwards. So yeah.